She killed my son and she's out on bail. Bail reform, fix it now. Half measures avails us nothing. Repeal and replace bail reform with common sense reforms that put the safety of the public first, victims and their families second, offenders third, with common sense programs that address drug and alcohol abuse, mental health issues. Bail reform, fix it now. Murderer, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. Bail reform, fix it now. Eric Adams, we don't want to tweak a bail reform. We want a repeal of bail reform and a replacement with common sense reforms that put the safety of the public first. Crime victims and their families second. The offender third. With real drug and alcohol programs. With real services that address the mental health issues. Crime rate is up 150% in New York City in the past 18 months. You're letting our people with no resources, with no services, with no housing. It's inhumane. Put the money into services that are actually going to help the people that you are releasing. Bail reform, fix it now. Eric Adams, bail reform, fix it now. We don't want to tweak. We want to repeal and a replace with common sense reforms. Bail reform, fix it now. Murderers, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. Bail reform, fix it now. Eric Adams, we don't want to tweak. We want to repeal and a replace with common sense reforms that are actually going to help the people that are being released. We need drug and alcohol programs. We need mental health services. Don't just release them to the street to go out and commit more crime, causing more victims. We stand with the victims of violent crime today. We advocate for policies that will help strengthen and protect the victims of violent crime. Stop putting the rights of the offender before the rights of the victim. Bail reform, fix it now. Murderers, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. Bail reform, fix it now. Almost 500 people in the past 18 months have become victims of violent crime in New York City. 20 children were killed last summer within New York City by repeat violent felony offenders. When are we going to stand? When are we going to say enough is enough. Bail reform, fix it now. Put policies in place that are going to help instead of hurt. The very people that are supposed to be helped are the very people being hurt. People in black and brown communities have become collateral damage for a policy that did nothing but destroy and kill and hurt and assault and rape. Put resources in place that will actually help the offender instead of forcing them out to commit more crime. This is a nonpartisan issue. It's not about Democrat or Republican. This is a human issue. It affects all of us. Bail reform, fix it now. We don't want to tweak. We want to repeal and replace with common sense reforms.
Fuck off, bitch. You think people don't deserve to get out of jail? What's wrong with you?
Bail reform, fix it now. Murderers, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. Bail reform, fix it now. It's hurting the very people it's supposed to help. No housing, no jobs, no treatment, no mental health services. Eric Adams, we don't need a tweak. We need a repeal and a replace of bail reform. Bail reform, fix it now. Murderer, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. She will be walking in from the street today and walking back out today while my son is in his grave. Low-level offenders, programs, drug and alcohol treatment, mental health services, housing, jobs, educational programs to help communities avoid incarceration. We stand here today advocating for common sense reforms. Crime is up 150% in the past 18 months in New York City because there are no resources for the people being released. Jobs, education, drug and alcohol treatment, mental health services, housing. Bail reform, fix it now. Repeal and replace with common sense reforms. People protest and advocate for the wrong thing. Public safety. People get pushed in front of trains, raped on platforms. and alcohol programs, mental health services, housing, educational programs to help the black and brown communities avoid incarceration. Eric Adams, we support you, but we don't need a tweak. We need a repeal and a replace of the failed bail reform policy. Bail reform, fix it now. Murderers, no bail, stay in jail. She killed my son and she's out on bail. Back the blue. Refund our police. Eric Adams. Restore the anti-gang, the anti-crime, the narcotic special task forces. Restore them and put them back into our communities. Brexit backs the blue. We know it's not popular. We know everybody's scared to talk about it. But I'm not scared to talk about it. Because my son is a homicide victim. And also a victim of bail reform. They can't do no more to me than what they've already done. I stand as the voice for thousands of victims in New York City. In the past 18 months, men, women, children, victims of violent crime, by repeat violent felony offenders, who are being released with no services, no housing, no jobs, no treatment. Bail reform. Fix it now. Repeal and replace with common sense reforms that put the safety of the public first, victims and their families second, the offender third. We can do all of it. We can do all three at one time. We need elected officials who have the political will to do the right thing. We need district attorneys to prosecute. That is their job, to prosecute. We need discretion restored back to judges. We need legislature that strengthens and protects the rights of victims of violent crime.